In the 90s, the Charly Boy Show, a weekly, sketchy and variety show with political undertones, offered Nigerians some entertainment on television. The controversial entertainer behind the show, Charles Chukwuemeka, popularly known as Charly Boy, is at it again. The veteran singer and social activist has declared his intention to walk naked on the streets if presidential candidates of the Labour Party in the February 25th election, Peter Obi, emerges victorious at the Election Petition Tribunal. Charly Boy stated that this on Twitter that he will strip himself to jubilate if the tribunal announces Obi as victorious. Jide, that show, I remember, they say anything can happen on the Charly Boy show. So it's not a show that is predictable. He could do and undo on that show. And Charly Boy is ready to give us a taste, if eventually.
Did he present that show naked? I want to ask people who say, oh, anything can happen on Charly Boy show. Did he ever come on the show stark naked?
The regulators do not allow him.
Oh, that means that you can't do everything you like on the show. So when they keep saying anything can happen on Charly Boy show, it's absolute rubbish. It couldn't, the show was guided by, the show was regulated. You can't come on national TV with NBC in place and say that your show, anything can happen on your show. Nigerians say things without actually thinking. Because that's why I asked the question. Maybe I missed some episodes that you watched and you saw him without his clothes.
1 minute of bullshit.
Maybe, you know, Fela did some things that even he would not do. Fela will wear ordinary pants and do a concert. Yes. You see him just dancing. Within his house, he will sit with just his pants on. These Hanks pants of those days, Hanks. And you will see even the pants will be somehow distended, looking like a little boy's oversized diapers. The fella will sit like that. Charly Boy did not have the capacity to do some of what Fela was doing. You know, there are layers. There are layers to madness. Charly Boy, the talk is cheap. I know people, and I still see them. I see some of them appear on TV, who said that they would leave this country if Tinubu won the election. Have they left? Have they left for the rest of us who are prepared to stay here?
Because how will this kind of statement in any way affect the sitting, the tribunal?
It's not going to affect anything. If it is his wish to run around naked, that wish is not going to come to pass. I'm confident that that wish will not come to pass. You can say that I'm biased, I'm this. It will not, even if Obi wins, assuming without considering that Obi will win, if Obi wins, Charly Boy will not run around naked. The same way those who said, oh, if Tinubu wins, they will leave Nigeria. He has won now, he's been sworn in. They refuse to honor their word. How you know a man of honor is putting him to test. Does he honor his word? In the military, the soldiers will say, our word is bond. They refuse to leave the country for the rest of us. We have never said, if anybody wins the election, that we will leave the country. If I didn't run away when the military wanted to kill me in the 90s, and some of those who contributed just 2 lines to a story that I anchored, they ran away. Me, I stayed here. They jailed my bosses for a story that I wrote. I didn't run away. Why will I run away now? Because a politician won an election. Who is a politician? Who is a politician? Does a politician have 2 heads? No. A politician, to me, is just an insignificant creation of God. So I will now leave the country. I didn't run away from Abacha. I will run away for a civilian politician. Those who are saying those things, they thought Tinubu will never win. They thought with all the things thrown at him that he will not survive it. I saw even some journalists were analyzing, they thought the Muslim North would simply vote for Atiku. That was the way they were thinking. You know? It didn't happen. And they didn't leave Nigeria. You still see them, they still have the guts to come on TV and be pontificating when you can't honor your word. Are you a man of honor when you can't honor your word? Charlie boy, even if I can tell you, and that day I pray that you will see that whatever happens, all forms, Charlie boy will not run around naked. It's not going to happen. Whether Obi wins that case or not, assuming Obi were to be super lucky to come from third position to become number one, Charlie boy will still not go around naked. It's not going to happen.
Olayinka, what does...
I think at 70 plus, we are taking Charlie boy too seriously.
Are you saying he's going senile?
No. What I'm saying is that at 70 plus, he says he's going to go naked. I think he's only trying to play on words. And of course, for me, I think, honestly, when I first saw it, I thought it was the usual, and in fact, I took it as the usual Charlie boy show, jokes and all that, that he will go naked at 70, what for? Just to celebrate that your candidate has been declared a winner, or what? What are you going to gain from that? He's a grandfather now. And his children and his grandchildren, we now see their grandfather doing that. I mean, the Yoruba will say that when you see Weredun Wo, it's nice to see a madman on the road, but you don't pray to give birth to, I mean, I will not. So Charlie boy, I think he went too far in that declaration. Maybe it's a way to express his grievance or whatever it is that he wants to put across, but to say that at that age, when he should be coming down and be playing with his grandchildren, he will now go on Twitter and be saying that you want to go naked because of one man, a man that even if he becomes that president tomorrow may disappoint you. No, I think he's taking a joke too far.
All right.